Hi. So you're headed to the movies, but don't know if you should watch the new Spider-Man or something else. If not, this video probably won't suit your needs, since it won't be an in-depth analysis, but rather a quick review. So, to kick things off, let's talk about the animation. It's absolutely terrific. Honestly, it's something completely new because it isn't just a conversion from a written to an animated media like manga and anime. The movie is an animated comic, like a literal comic. Imagine the wizards from Harry Potter made comics like they make photographs. The colors and visual effects are animated comic effects, even with the obligatory whoosh and wah on-screen sound effects. And I may do a bad job at explaining what I mean, but eventually I will provide a visual aid to compensate for it. It looks great, you hopefully got it by now. Moving on to the story. It's a superhero story. They are bad guys, they mess with the multiverse, now there are multiple Spideys out there, they want to save the day. No surprises here. If you watch a superhero movie, this is what you get. Just lean back and enjoy the characters, the animation, the humor. Speaking of which, I basically laughed throughout the whole movie, and not in a Sharknado way, in the good way. This is because Into the Spider-Verse masterfully combined slapstick with meta humor. So the jokes like Peter telling Miles that he doesn't have to steal the monitor if he wants the data from the computer have a good build-up and a funny punchline. Of course, not the absolute masterpiece of comedy, but solid all the time. Definitely better than Luke throwing his lightsaber off a freaking cliff. Hey! But all these small jokes are underpinned by a big, nearly 2-hour long, expertly written meta joke, the movie itself. You see, you probably know who Spider-Man is, how he became him, and the millions of versions of him existing parallel to each other in pop culture. And the movie knows you know it, so they make inside jokes just between you and them. You literally hear Spidey's origin story about 6 times in 116 minutes. We didn't need another retelling of Peter's origin story, and the movie knew that. So we got a growing up to be a hero with heroes kind of movie that certainly quotes aspects of the classic Spider-Man origin story, but doesn't just retell it. And the part that made me the happiest is no friggin' bathos. Okay, very little bathos. In the right places. And for all of you guys going, is that a new superhero right now? I linked a video essay in the description that explains this term in full length. But the short version is, breaking the tension and drama of a scene with a gag is called bathos, and the MCU overuses it like Jordan Belfort a certain white substance. I mean, they have Spider-Ham in this movie, a big version of Spider-Man. I think it has eyes on its nose and they do not break tension whatsoever. Except for one teeny tiny moment, but still. The emotional scenes can transport their mood unhindered throughout the whole movie. And while keeping jokes out of emotional scenes certainly helps, they sink or swim with the characters involved. The main character, Miles Morales, is likable from the start. He has a talent for drawing, lives with his mom and dad, and finds himself in a situation that many of us know too well. A bit out of place, not really fitting in his new environment, longing to get back in his comfort zone, in Miles' case, his old high school, and crushed under expectations. His mentor, the imperfect, slightly out of shape version of Peter Parker, has a bit too obvious redemption arc, but can make up for it with good jokes and again, a situation that some of us may know better than we would like to. Taken 1 or 2 wrong turns down the road and just existing. Watching him keeping his relaxed attitude regardless of the blows that life delivers to him and get back up on his feet just gives good vibes and a bit of hope to all of the viewers that are having a bit of a hard time themselves at the moment. The other side of the coin is the main villain, who happens to have a quite understandable motive for his big evil plan, which I just like more than most of the I just want to make the world a better place so I will nuke the living crap out of it guys. The rest of the spider beings are the supporting characters. They are used for what supporting characters are often used. To add the skill to the team that is necessary in just one instance as a comic relief or a badass love interest. They all do their jobs very well and harmonize great with each other. So, the answer to the question that brought you here. Yay! Yes, go see this beauty on a big screen. Good characters, a new stunning visual style, tons of meta humor and pop culture references, and a movie that doesn't treat you like a moron. It honestly makes me wonder if I would have liked the new Solo movie more if the producers of Into the Spider-Verse, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, got their way with the Star Wars story. Also, it has an after-credit scene, so don't sprint to the bathroom as soon as you see the first names rolling across the screen. So, now you know how you will spend your evening, and I want to thank Leon from When They Leave Us for taking a huge chunk out of his evening to make this the sound for this video and record my voice. He has his own channel with his own music on it. Go check it out. It's linked in the description below. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Better than Luke throwing his lightsaber off a freaking cliff.
Hey, what the fuck?
Junge, willst du mit mir jetzt schon wieder ausdiskutieren? A bit out of place, not really fitting in his new environment, longing back to get... Oh, me.
Does it have Tobey Maguire crying though?
No.
It's not very good then.
Warte.